Good afternoon, everyone. This is David with Bolivar Live. Well, we're heading down 87. Tropical Storm Nicholas is formed in the Gulf, and it's got a path actually heading our way somewhat. Not a direct hit, but it does put us on the wet side, or could be the wet side, and rain's actually not that far off coast now heading this direction. We're going to talk a little bit about Nicholas, the path, and what we can expect over the next 48 to 72 hours here on the upper Texas coast. Right now, we're on Highway 87, an area that we watch tremendously during storms and high tides, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, this Bolivar Live is brought to you by Cobb Real Estate. When you're looking for a vacation rental from a family-owned business that takes pride in taking care of their customers with a great home, with all the amenities you'd have at your home, look up and call Cobb Real Estate. If you're looking to buy a home or sell a home, or maybe a piece of property, or have a home built, you can call Cobb Real Estate. You can find them online at www.cobbrealestate.com. Well, like I said, we're up here on Highway 87, and we're going to pull over in just a second. But this is an area that we're going to be watching over the next 24 hours, especially to see what the tides do, how much rain we're going to be getting. They flew the area in question this morning, and since then the GFS and the European have all come together on more or less the same path, along with the Hurricane Center has posted it. And we're going to take a look at that here real soon. But you can see, and for those of you that know this area, it's known for tide coming up and flooding the road. And that's what we're going to be watching here over the next 24 to 48 hours. And so as soon as we get past this area that TxDOT put a Band-Aid on, we're going to pull over and talk a little bit about what we can expect and look at the hurricane track itself. This has always been a rain event. In fact, I started watching this probably about a week and a half ago, and one thing that hasn't changed is the amount of rain they're saying that we could get in this. In some areas, or more than others, but it's definitely a rainmaker, and that's what we need to watch for here in southeast Texas. You can see I just pulled off the road, and there's not much room between the tide and the highway. And so this is something that we always watch down here, and we're going to keep you posted on it and let you know. But let me pull up the map real quick, the forecast map, so you can see what the forecasted map is for Tropical Storm Nicholas. Now, this is put out by the National Hurricane Center, and this is something that I watch every update, so that we can see what's going on, where it's going, and when it's going to be here. And so you can see back this direction. Let me straighten the camera up a little bit. We've got a lot of sand, and that's what we worry about, is the tide coming up and washing over the highway. And actually the winds that I saw when I ran through the GFS and the European model, 30 to 40 mile an hour winds can push the tide up, and I saw some gusts up to about 60. I don't know if it'll be that high, but it's what the forecast models are showing. And so if you're down here, make sure you've got everything battened down. Like I said, the track on this, and you can see, is more or less to the north of us. And so, but if I'm not mistaken, about the time it gets just north of us, or a little northwest, it drops to a tropical depression. And so we're still going to have some winds. I think we'll have some tide. I saw 1 to 2 foot, but I think that's my opinion, that's on the low side, so we'll have to see what happens there. As far as rain goes, there's some, right now, one of the models I looked at was 9 point some inches here on Bolivar. That's going to give and take. I know we'll probably get, 5 to 6 inches through Wednesday, and that's when I was looking at the rain forecast, but we could get more. Like I said, one of the models showed 9 point some inches through Wednesday. And so I pulled up the radar before we started, and we've got rain offshore heading this way, and so it's probably going to be about dark whenever it gets here, maybe a little bit later. But once it starts, we're going to have these bands go through for the next probably 48 to 72 hours. And so please, get what you can. Don't drive through flooding water if you don't know the area, or flooding water, period, because it doesn't take much to sweep a car off a road, or if there's a washout and you fall in the hole. So, but I can tell you, we're going to keep an eye on 87, because it's a thoroughfare and it's a way people get to work. It's a school bus route. It's a workers route. It's a route to UTMB Hospital for people that are going in to the hospital there, and we get a lot of calls. And so we're going to try and keep the tourism center open, depending on what's going on. We may be closed if it's heavy rain tomorrow. We may be closed and Tuesday, but we'll keep you posted on here. And remember, you can always look at our 11 live webcams on that website you see at the bottom of the screen, BolivarPeninsulaTexas.com. We also have links under the weather page to our weather stations. We've got 2 weather stations on Bolivar, one at Fort Travis and one in Crystal Beach by the beach. And so you'll be able to keep track of winds, wind gusts, and the rain amounts down here too, if you're wondering about that. And so we're happy to have those up. We haven't got our 3rd one up down by Rollover yet. It's turned into a chore because of where would like to put it and how far up in the air we've got to get it. So, but anyway, just wanted to let everyone know Tropical Storm Nicholas has formed. Bolivar Live's in storm mode. We're going to be watching the models. We're going to be watching the weather, the cameras, and all of it, keeping you informed on what's happening here on Bolivar Peninsula. We're also going to be watching the power. We'll let you know if the power has gone out and what we're seeing on that too. Energy's done a great job, always has done a great job down here. And we're also have been in contact with TxDOT. They said they have equipment staged down here so that they can get the road clean as soon as it's passable. And so we're going to check on that and keep an eye on that too, because this is our thoroughfare. This is one of our evacuation routes. This is our lifeline to get out off Bolivar, to get to work, get kids to school, and more. And so we're going to keep you posted on that. So anyway, if you need anything or want to see what's happening, go to our website, BolivarPeninsulaTexas.com. You can see our 11 live webcams. You can also go to the weather page and see what's happening down here weather-wise, whether it's the wind, temperature, rain, anything there you can see on our live weather station. So I want to thank Cobb Real Estate for being the sponsor of this Bolivar Live and being part of Team Bolivar to build tourism and economic growth here on the Upper Texas Coast, Bolivar Peninsula. We're going to head on out. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back a little bit later on with an update on what's happening here on the Upper Texas Coast, Bolivar Peninsula, and what Nicholas has in store for us. Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye.